Okay, cool. So again, my name is Devin. This is Alignment Flow. And this week at Practicing You, we're talking about the goddess Durga, the goddess of protection, but really so much more. We're gonna get started in whatever is the most comfortable position you can get started in, but that you feel like you can also listen in. So that might be sitting up on a block for a lot of us, definitely for me. If you feel like you can lay down, maybe widen your feet and let your knees fall together, that's fine too. But something that's both comfortable and is gonna allow you to be present with your ears. Close your eyes or bring them to softness. And we're gonna start right away with the mantra. So take a deep inhale, the way out is in. Exhale, the way over is through. Inhale, the way out is in. Exhale, the way over is through. One more time, inhale, the way out is in. And this time as you exhale, the way over is through. Really settle into this moment, commit to this moment, to this space and time. This happened a long time ago and it's happening right now. There were two demons or asuras. They're not really like Judeo-Christian demons like we think of, because they're just the counterpart to the gods or the devas. So they do the same yogic austerities, they meditate, they stand in tree pose for 400 years, right? You're using the same tools that the gods were using, but instead of using them for the good of all the realms, they use them for themselves. They use them to gain accolades, to gain things, to gain power, to just like be gluttonous. So there were two asuras, Shumba and Nishumba, and they stood in tree pose for like 400 years or something. And as a reward, they got to basically make a wish. They got a boon, and their boon was that they could not be defeated by any man or any god, any deva. And so because they couldn't be defeated by any man or any god, they started to conquer the realms, the heavens and the earth and everything in between. They gathered up wives, they gathered up artwork, they gathered up accolades, they gathered up places and land, and they ruled for thousands of years. And then the devas, the gods, were obviously really pissed about this, right? Because the demons have taken over everything. By the way, my dog's just gonna bark. I mean, this is like, we're in the Caribbean. So the devas for thousands of years are no longer in control. And then Indra one day, one of the devas, one of the gods, he realizes that their boon is that they cannot be defeated by man or god, man or deva. But what about Devi? What about goddess? And so he gathers up the other gods and they go to the temple of the goddess Durga, which really is a cave. And for a celestial century, 2,000 years, they ask for her help. They pray to her, they engage in mantras, they meditate until she appears to them. And they say, oh, please, mother, please, Durga, save us from Shumba and Nishumba who've taken over the realm. And like that, long story short, she becomes quite large so that she can be in all three realms at one place. And she tears down the palaces and the lands of Shumba and Nishumba, liberating the people that they had oppressed, liberating the gods that they had oppressed, and allowing for something new to come up. So for me, this is obviously a cute little story about a loophole, right, in a wish. But really it's a story about surrender, about asking for help. Durga, you have to ask Durga for help. And so it's not surrender like just letting go surrender. It's a surrender of saying, I need help. And you know, when you ask somebody for help, then you have to commit to doing what, like with their help, what you asked them for. So it's surrender and commitment. The way out is in, the way over is through. And so in a time like this, we could so easily hold on to our ego, hold on to ourselves and our family, and try to keep ourselves safe and our things, and hold on to our money and tighten our belts, right? And think only about ourselves. But what Durga is asking us right now is to let that go, let go of our attachments, surrender to what may come, to what's being asked of us, and then commit to it. Surrendering to that higher power and committing to it. So it might be God, but it might just be the higher power of community, that we need to ask each other for help, that we need to recognize that no matter what our ego or our society tells us, we're not really all that individualistic. We can't do this by ourselves. We need each other. The way out is in, and the way over is through. Take a deep breath in. The way out is in. Open the mouth. The way over is through. Once more. The way out is in. The way over is through. So as we move through our practice today, I'll continue to remind you of that. The way out is in. And of course, by that we mean inward to the self, and the way over is through. We're not just going to get over this coronavirus thing, right? We're going to have to continue to be there for each other, and we're going to have to tear down old structures with ferocity in order to create something new. Take one more deep breath in community, and one more deep breath out. And then make your way to a tabletop pose. Good, from your tabletop, take a couple cat-cows here. So on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. On an exhale, round your back, push the floor away. Good, inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat. This time, inhale for your cow, tuck your toes. Exhale for your cat, lift your knees half an inch off the floor. Good, draw your belly in. Wrap your obliques towards the midline. And then exhale, push your hips back towards your heels. Keep your knees lifted, stay crouching. Look forward, press down through your thumb and forefinger. On your next inhale, shift out, round out to your plank. Cat back to a neutral spine. Good, exhale, lower your knees. Again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, tuck your toes. Exhale, cat back, lift your knees. Inhale, push back, hips towards the heels, look forward. Exhale, find your plank. And then lower your knees to the earth. Good. Again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the back, lift the knees. Inhale, push the hips back towards the heels, look forward. Inhale, round out to your plank. This time, exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more times like this. Exhale, lower your knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the back, lift the knees. Exhale, hips to heels, keep your knees lifted. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a little warm up here. Lower your knees as you inhale, lift your belly and your gaze. Exhale, round your back, lift your knees. Inhale, look forward, hips to heels. Exhale, find your plank. And then your downward facing dog. Stay here in your downward facing dog. Maybe find a little bit of movement side to side, bending your knees, whatever makes sense to you here, finding your dog. And then start to build your breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Deep inhale, deep exhale. The way out is in, inhale. The way over is through, exhale. Inhale, look forward, come onto your right fingertips. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. Lower your left knee to the earth. Inhale for your Anjaneyasana low lunge. So hands can stay on the earth or come to your right thigh. Pull your right hip back. Engage your inner thighs together. And then melt your belly button towards the spine as you get longer in the lumbar spine and the low back. Inhale here. Exhale, plant your left hand, lift your right hand, take a twist. Think about opening your armpits up towards the right side of your mat, shrugging your shoulder blades down the back. Good. Start to really firm into your left hand. Turn your left toes out to the left side of the mat, creating a kickstand. And step your right foot back, kick your right heel to your butt. So your right heel is moving towards your butt. Maybe you reach for that foot. And just take a little quad stretch here. Doesn't have to be fancy schmancy partridge pose. Just finding a little quad stretch, pushing your hip forward. And then if you want the partridge pose, then push the foot into the hand. Let the chest open up. Good, gently release the foot. Keep your leg right where it is. Bring your hand to your belly so that your middle finger is right flush with your belly button. And push kind of hard on your belly so you can feel your obliques, your core. And then let your knee hang a little bit so it's not quite flush. And then inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, lower. You should have felt something happen in your belly. Inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, lower it a little. You feel that in your belly? Inhale as you lift your right knee. As you lift your right glutes, you find more stability in your core. One more, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower your right knee all the way to the earth. And stand up onto your knees. Good, so like our right obliques are on fire and everything else is fine. So tuck your back toes. Reach your left hand to your left heel. Sit your hips back. And then inhale, sweep your right arm by your right ear. Find a half Ustrasana, half camel pose. Good, exhale, hips move back first. Right hand comes to right heel and switch. Inhale, push your hips forward, lift your sternum high to the ceiling. Exhale, shift your hips back. We're taking that all to the other side. So right hand comes down to the back of your mat. Left leg lifts up. Fingers come to the belly. Inhale, lift your left knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Firm your belly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, lift. And then exhale, reach your left hand to your left foot. This is also where your strap can come in. Maybe find the quad stretch, push your hip forward. Find that length in your left frontal hip point. And then maybe kick your foot into your hand, extend the chest. Beautiful. Release your foot, here we go. Left knee to left nipple. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Hey, right hand should already be planted, left arm lifts. Find your twist, the back of your mat. Open your armpits up towards the left side of your mat. Shrug your shoulders back and down. And then exhale, plant your left hand. Shift your hips forward. See if you can find length in your right hip as you pull your left hip back into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Beautiful. Exhale, plant your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, look forward. Come up to your right fingertips. Step your right foot through. Lower your back knee to the earth. We're on Anjaneyasana on the right. Maybe this time arms come overhead. Try to get your biceps behind your ears. Keep pulling back on that right hip. Press firmly down through the top of your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, left arm plants, right arm lifts, twist. Stay where you are. I like to face the camera. Good. Turn your left toes out to that kickstand. And this time, extend your right leg long towards the original front of your mat. Yeah, maybe inhale, lift that leg up a little bit higher. Exhale, set it down, supported side plank. Inhale, lift up, prepping for your gate pose. Exhale, right hand down the right leg, left arm by the ear. Deep inhale as you lift up through your left ribs. Exhale, shift your hips back, reach your arms forward, find a one-legged child's pose. Deep inhale, deep exhale. If this is too much on your right outer hip, your right toes can come up towards the ceiling. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, walk your hands under your shoulders, push yourself back up. Bring your hands to your hips and bring your right knee to meet your left. Ustrasana camel pose. Tuck your toes, bring your hands into your back pockets. Push down on your glutes, push your hips forward, lift your sternum and your gaze. Draw your elbows, your shoulder blades together. Zip your core up from the pelvic bone to the sternum. Maybe your camel's your jam and you reach for both heels. Good. On your next inhale, do a little sit-up. Find a neutral spine. Other side. Left leg goes long. Shift your hips back. Reach your arms forward. Find that one-legged child's pose. Start to walk your hands over towards your left leg for your gate pose. Left arm down the left leg, right arm by your ear. Think about lifting up out of your right ribs. And then exhale, right hand down to the top of your mat. Left arm lifts, supported side plank. Inhale, lift your left leg. Head low, left outer glute. See if you can get a straight line from your left heel to your left shoulder. Good, exhale, bring your left knee to your left nipple, then step that foot back to the top of your mat. Plant your right hand, lift your left arm, twist. And then exhale, plant both hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Pull your left hip back. Lift up, zip up, out of the low belly, out of the core. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes. Inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, send your knee to your nose. Step your foot through the window of your hands. Plant your back foot at a 90-degree angle and inhale, spin your arms open, warrior two. Right away, think about lengthening through both side waists. So notice if you're leaning forward, leaning back, and one side is longer, lengthen through both side waists equally. Draw your shoulder blades together, reach your fingertips long away from each other, and bend into your right knee. Good, we're gonna be here for a moment, so let's keep working on it. Gaze down at your right big toe, can you see it? If not, engage your right knee out behind you. Now, for me, when this happened, my right knee moves out, my left hip caves in. So see if you can engage through both outer hips, finding some equanimity in the stretch in your adductors here. Gaze over that right middle finger, the way out is in. Exhale, bend your right knee a little bit more, the way over is through. Good job, guys. Inhale, straighten your right leg, sky arch, your right arm sweeps up towards the ceiling. Again, lifting up out of your right ribs. And then exhale, look at your right fingertips. As you reach them long towards the front of your mat, pause. Left obliques are working, right obliques are working. This stance is way too long for me, might be for you guys too. So maybe you heel toe your back foot in a little bit. Make sure your left toes are pointing towards the left front corner of your mat. And then bring your right hand to a block or your shin for Trikonasana triangle pose. Thinking about wrapping your right seat under your left while simultaneously extending the right ribs, making space, lengthening there. Firm your left obliques. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, turn your left heel in. So left toes out, so both sets of toes are out. Exhale, sit down into your goddess squat. Draw your shoulder blades together like you're tapping something behind you with your elbows. Notice how your chest lifts, and then corset your ribs, turn on your core. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little lower. Look directly in front of you, not down at the floor. One more inhale. One more exhale, the way over is through. Inhale, stand up, start pose. Exhale, turn both sets of toes forward, fold over your legs, wide-legged fold. Notice if your weight is over your heels. See if you can find your weight in the middle of your stance. Good, inhale, hands come under your shoulders, halfway lift. Exhale, walk back toward your right foot. And inhale, step it back, plank pose. Good, exhale, right forearm down, left forearm down. Good, nice little forearm plank. Turn your right fingertips towards your left, creating like a little kickstand here. And then shift your weight onto your right side. Find your side forearm plank. Feet can be staggered or left foot can be on top of your right. Look down your body, see if you can find a straight line from heels to hips to shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, soften your hips to the earth. So stay facing the left side of your mat. Reach your right arm long in front of you so that you have a little pillow. And you're just laying on your right side. Good. Make sure your strap is near you. And then inhale, turn your left toes up towards the ceiling and then lift your left leg. Look at this. You are already in Ardha Chandrasana. So notice if there's some wiggle here, push your right hip forward and stand on the ceiling with your left foot. And then maybe strap your strap around your left foot, or take your peace fingers to your left big toe. Keep your right hip pushing forward, your left foot standing on the ceiling, and then exhale, maybe even draw that foot a little closer to your left ear. This is a real yoga pose, I swear. Exhale, gently release that left foot back on top of right. Roll onto your belly. Bring your shoulders under your elbows under your shoulders, Sphinx pose. Exhale, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your hips, forearm plank. Exhale here. And then inhale, right arm lifts. Left arm lifts, plank pose. Lifts is a bad word. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Step your left foot through. Inhale, warrior two. So we'll do the same thing we did on the other side, which is be here for a while and turn inward towards this pose. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. Draw your shoulder blades together, but soften your shoulders down the back. Reach your fingertips long away from each other. Bend deeply into your left knee, and then make sure your left knee is over your left middle toe, not caving in. But make sure your right hip isn't caving in either. See if you can find some equanimity in the frontal hip points. Both hips drawing back. Inhale, the way I was in. Exhale, bend deeper. The way over is through. Inhale, straighten your left leg, sky arch. Your left arm paints the sky. Lift up through the left ribs. Look up towards the left fingertips. On your next inhale, reach long towards the top of your mat. Firm both sets of obliques. Maybe heel toe your back foot in. And then plant your left hand on your shin or a block. There's a soft, not imperceptible to me, bend in your left knee. Don't lock that knee. Wrap your left hip under your right. Inhale. Exhale. From your right obliques, inhale, lift up to your arms. Exhale, both sets of heels and toes out as you sit down into your goddess squat. Think about pushing your adductors, your inner thighs forward, your outer thighs or knees back. 2 more inhales. 1 more inhale. Inhale, stand it up. Exhale, toes forward and fold. This time, let's do a little bit more work in our forward fold. So keep your hands shoulder width apart, but maybe walk them towards the heels of your feet. Using your arms to drag the top of your head down towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat, frame your left foot. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, lower your left forearm. Lower your right forearm. Inhale in your forearm plank. Exhale, turn your left forearm toward your right. And start to come into a side forearm plank on the left. See if you can find that straight line. So core set your ribs. Notice if your hips are piking back. Find a nice straight line. Lift your right side a little higher. And then exhale, soften your hips slowly to the earth. Extend your left arm long. Make a little pillow for yourself. Before you move your legs, turn your right toes up towards the ceiling. Then inhale, lift your right leg. Stand it on the ceiling. Push your left frontal hip point forward. Stack your right glute directly on top of your left. Then maybe strap the foot. Ooh. See if you can find that stability, stacking right on top of left again. And if you can, draw that foot closer to your right ear. Should look very familiar. This is Ardha Chandrasana, but straight lounging. And then on an exhale, slowly release that foot. Let it float with control back down towards the earth. Roll back onto your belly for your Sphinx pose. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your hips. Forearm plank. Gaze in between your thumbs. Inhale, plant your left hand. Exhale, plant your right hand and find your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Open your mouth. Exhale. Take a deep inhale. Open your mouth. Exhale. The way out is in, the way over is through. So notice if you are really attached to my words, more so than attached to what your body, your inner voice is telling you you need today. Your practice, live your best life. You're with me, we're adding on. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose curl. Step your right foot through. Inhale, warrior two. Good. Take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, maybe close your eyes. The way out is in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg, sky archer. Get long from right middle toe to right middle finger. And then exhale, reach long towards the front of your mat. Hold for an inhale. See if you can lengthen the right side a little more. And then exhale, triangle pose. If you want a little extra challenge, maybe your right hand doesn't come to push into anything, but your fingers float as you push the back of your right hand into your right leg, opening your right chest up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, lift it back up. Heel toe your back foot in, just one heel and one toe. And then lift your right arm up like you're gonna do sky archer again, but look at the top of your mat. We are cartwheeling into Ardha Chandrasana. Your hips are already where they need to be. So on an inhale, push off your back leg, cartwheel your right hand down, and lift that back leg, finding your half moon. This is a great place. If that didn't work out for you, to grab your block, lift that overhead, and then cartwheel. Notice if your heel is way far behind you, look down your body, see if you can find that long line. And then remember that first exercise we did, lift your left leg a little higher, find that stability in your core. Inhale. Exhale, beautiful guys. Soften your right knee. Let your left foot land. Stand up, star pose. Exhale, heels in, toes out. Goddess squat. We gotta do a goddess squat when we're talking about the goddess. Also, it sucks, so it's like really perfect for this mantra, the way over is through. So see if you can find stillness here. Tap the wall behind you with your elbows. Lift the crown of your head higher, tuck your chin a little bit. Feel your power. Draw your belly button up and in. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, stand it up. Turn your toes forward. This time, let's find a bind behind us. Push the hips forward, lift the chest. Exhale, soften and fold. If the bind is too much, let it go. If you like it, see if you can send your exhales to that space between the shoulder blades. Letting your head be heavy, letting that bind be heavy. On an exhale, release the bind gently. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to frame your right foot. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, right forearm down, left forearm down, forearm plank. Get your butt in line with your shoulders. There we go. Turn your right hand towards your left. Come on to your right side plank. This is where we're adding on. So our left outer glute is already fired up and already knows what to do. So maybe you lift your left leg. I meant left, I said right. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you kick your butt with your left heel. Reach for that foot. Find partridge pose, aversion. Maybe you fall down because it's hot. That's fine. You're just trying. And then exhale, release that, let it go. Left forearm down, right forearm down. Let your hips sink down, Sphinx pose. Take 2 full round of breaths here, or 3, to find your steady breath. I can't breathe, but that's also because I have to talk, so you might be fine. So when you have found that deep, controlled breath, when you're refocused, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, right hand plants, left hand plants. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, other side. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, knee to nose round. Step it through, and inhale, warrior 2. Good. Open up. Rotate both of your outer hips back behind you and a little deeper into that left leg. Firm through both feet equally and lengthen both waists. Take one more inhale. Take one more exhale. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Right arm down, left arm up. Find your long sky archer. And inhale, reach long towards the front of your mat. Stay for exhale. And then find your triangle pose. Again, if you want a little bit of an oblique challenge, if you're not having enough obliques today, press the left back of your palm into your hand. Rotate your left ribs up. Open your armpits towards the right side of your mat as you shrug your shoulders back and down. Inhale, firm your right obliques, lift up. Heel toe your back foot in. And then inhale, kind of take this lazy sky archer where you lift your left hand up and look towards the front of your mat. On an exhale, push off your back leg. Inhale, plant your left hand. Sky, Ardha Chandrasana. And then maybe lift your right leg a little higher. As your core zips up, notice that stability. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, soften your left knee, plant your back foot. Last goddess. Heels come in, toes come out. Sit down into that squat. Good, let's be gentle with ourselves this time. So this time, Bring your hands to your knees. Sit your butt back a little bit. Drop your left shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then switch, drop your right shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come back to center, stand it up. Exhale, turn your toes forward. Take the bind if you liked it. If not, take whatever hand position you'd like as you fold into your wide-legged fold. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk back to the top of your mat and frame your left foot. You know what's coming. The way out is in. So step it back. Inhale for your plank. Exhale, left forearm down, right forearm down. Left fingertips turn towards your right hand as you make your way onto the outer edge of your left foot. Forearm plank. Really lift up through your right side here, and then maybe inhale, lift your right leg. Maybe you stay here or you make movement out of this, lowering and lifting. Maybe you kick your butt with your right heel and reach behind you for that bind partridge pose. Good job, guys. Exhale, release. Roll over onto your belly. Sink your hips to the earth. Elbows are directly under your shoulders. Really broaden your collarbone this time. Draw your shoulders back. Press the tops of your feet down. Let your knees lift just a little bit. Push firmly into your elbows. Get a little taller. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Exhale, left hand plants, right arm plants. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Open the mouth, slow exhale. Lower your knees to the mat. Let your toes kiss. Child's pose. Good job, guys. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Think about the way in and the way through. Is there scarier than the alternatives, which is turning back and running away, or trying to get over or around it? They're usually the fastest and most rewarding way to get there. So we can come out the other side stronger. So we can come out the other side more of ourselves. That's what Durga is supposed to give us the strength to do. So with that in mind, we're going to give our peak pose one more try. When you're ready, tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Good. Walk your hands a little bit in front of your right foot and lift your left leg. Supported warrior 3. Different entry this time. Left hand, right hand will come to your block or in front of your face. Left hand comes to your hip. As you turn the left toes towards the left side of the mat, stacking left hip on top of right. Lift your left leg a little bit more, find that stability. Maybe you float your right hand. Maybe you kick your butt once more. Reach for that foot behind you, find Shavasana. As you push your hips forward, find a quad stretch. Just options. Exhale, release the foot if you have it. Bring your left hand back down to the mat. Square your hips. Tap your left knee behind your right. And then tuck your left foot behind your right for a cross-legged forward fold. Blocks can be really helpful here if you have tight IT bands. So maybe inhale, halfway lift, find a nice long spine here. Tilt your pelvis forward. And then exhale, fold, make a belly button towards the thigh. We're starting to slow down here, so slow the breath down. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Inhale, halfway lift again. Step your left toes back about 1.5 feet, just so you can lower your left knee to the earth. And then wiggle your hips back, sit on down onto the floor. Set up for a seated twist. Right hand comes behind you, left arm lifts. Inhale. Exhale, hug or hook your right leg as you twist. If you are with a child, it's the same thing. You're just going to twist the other way. Right arm is going to hug or hook as you look over your left shoulder. Push down into the earth with your right palm. Lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist a little deeper from the core, from the rib cage. And then gently release the twist. Bring your right leg over and around behind your left. So you're finding this little herky shape. I wish I knew another word for it, but I don't, so hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So your left shin is towards the front of your mat. Your right shin is towards the right side of your mat. Try to sink your right hip down. A lot of our right hips won't get down, that's fine. And then twist over your left leg and start to fold over your left thigh. So a pretty gentle hip stretch here. Kind of like pigeon, but less intense. If you want a little bit more intensity, you can kind of wiggle yourself over to the right, towards your left knee. You might find a little bit more oomph in your left hip. And then inhale, push yourself back up. Bring both feet to the mat, knees in towards your chest. Give them a big hug. Come up to your tiptoes. And then rock and roll the length of your mat. We're making our way back to downward facing dog. However you want to get there. Good, so one more time at that peak pose. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, walk your hands in front of your left leg and lift your back leg. Keep all 5 toes pointing down towards the ground for a minute, supported warrior 3. Draw your belly button away from your spine, and then turn all 5 toes out towards the right. Right hand comes to your right hip. Left hand, left fingers right under your left shoulder. Lift your right leg just an inch higher. Feel your core turn on. Maybe that gives you the stability to float your left fingertips. Maybe you bend your right knee, kick your butt, find Shavasana, find the bind there. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are, just exploring in your Ardha Chandrasana. And then exhale, gently release the foot. Right hand comes down to the earth, square your hips. Right knee taps behind your left knee. And then right foot squeezes in behind your left for cross leg forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe that means hands come to your left thigh as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, soften and fold. Try to keep that length. Slow your breath. Transition from fierce to gentle. And then step your right foot back, just about a foot. Lower your right knee to the earth. And sit your butt back so that your left ankle crosses over your right knee. Inhale, right arm lifts, left arm plants behind you. Exhale, take your twist. Root both butt bones down here. Push into your left hand. Lift the crown of your head high. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Slow your breath a little more. And then exhale, release that twist. Pick up your left leg, bring it into that herpy shape. So left shin towards the left side of your mat. Twist over your right thigh and fold onto your forearms, or maybe all the way onto your belly. Just a gentle counter stretch for our outer hips today. Don't want to undo all of that good work you've done. Taking deep inhales, deep exhales. Knowing that this is it. The power, the ferocity, you can let that go. Start to commit toward turning inward. And then inhale, push yourself up. Turn back towards the top of your mat. Both feet come to the earth. Give yourself that big hug once again. Maybe tuck your forehead toward your knees. And then release your hands. Start to roll onto your back. Good. Take your feet wide on the mat. Let your knees fall in towards each other for constructive rest. Okay. Leave your feet exactly where they are. Let your right knee fall out to the right, your left knee fall out to the right. During this wide-legged weird twist. This is one of my favorite twists. You can either stay here, let your gaze fall to the left, or climb your right ankle onto your left knee. Getting a nice deep psoas frontal hip stretch. And then gently release the foot from the knee if you have it. Draw your knees back to center. Let them tent in towards each other for another moment. Make sure they're wide on the mat. And then let your left knee fall out to the left, right knee fall out to the right. Left, both left. And then maybe the left ankle crawls on top of right knee. If your right shoulder doesn't stay down, it's no big deal. And then release that foot from the knee. Draw your knees back to center. Let them tent in towards each other once more. And then draw your knees towards your armpits. Reach your hands towards your feet for happy baby. Try to make this a static happy baby. So rather than moving around, press your sacrum down on the earth. Draw your knees down with your hands while you push your feet up towards the ceiling against your hands. Take a deep breath in. Take a slow breath out. Release your feet. Start to make your way towards your Shavasana, drawing your shoulder blades under you, taking up space if you can. Finding your rest. When you get there, exhale all the air out so that we can take one deep breath together in community. Fill your belly. Fill your rib cage. Fill your chest. Hold it at the top. Open your mouth, let it go. Take your rest. Salutations always to Durga, who takes us through difficulties, who is the creator and indwelling essence of all, who is right knowledge. We bow down to her who is at once most gentle and most fierce. When I started my story, I said this happened a long time ago and it's happening now. Because the story, all of the stories of Hindu mythology are really about us. And they remind us that history repeats itself. That we're really all on the same journey, working towards self-study, working towards understanding what we're doing here, working towards truth and love and connection. So as you start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, be gentle with yourself. Applaud yourself for your ability to be both fierce and gentle. To have the strength to get through difficult times like this. As you start to take bigger movements, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug and mean it. Durga is also often referred to as the mother. And as an almost psychologist in like a couple months here, I'll tell you that, yeah, roll on over to one side, push yourself up to seated, keep your eyes closed, I'm just talking. I'll tell you that one thing that we forget as adults is that we still need mothers. And it's our responsibility to mother ourselves, to both push ourselves and to be gentle with ourselves. So as you bring your hands to heart center here, bowing your chin towards your chest in gratitude and reverence for this ancient practice, I ask you to set an intention, something to take off of your mat back into your life. Maybe something around this duality of gentleness and fierceness. Once you have that intention, drawing your thumbs to your third eye center, drawing your awareness to the community, the people around you. As we bow forward to seal our practice, we bow to our own light, to the lights of those around us, and to our collective light. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.